very happy holidays for the stock market. 45's attack on the Federal Reserve spooked financial markets on Christmas Eve, raising fears about an uncertain future should the White House try to undermine or remove the head of the U.S. Central Bank. Treasury Secretary, this is a guy that bounces up and down on 45's Dick constantly. Steve Mnuchin made calls to the top executives at six major banks Sunday in an attempt to stabilize jittery markets. Had the opposite effect. So whatever he told them to do, they did the exact opposite, which was a smart thing. The major indexes on Wall Street fell about 2% Monday, making it very possible that the market will end this month as the worst December for the stock since 1931, when the Great Depression hit. It was about 1929, I think. The market has been rolling for most of the month over concerns about a slowing global economy and escalating trade dispute with China and recent interest rate hike by the Federal Reserve. The past two trading days, however, has been dominated by something else. Major losses immediately following tweets from 45 criticizing Fed Chairman Jerome Powell and the central bank, which sets the monetary policy for the nation. 45's morning tweet blasting the Fed generated fears about the economy being destabilized by any efforts to undermine Powell or strip him of office. I haven't seen any of 45's tweets today, so that means I have to go take a look at Twitter. We've never seen anything like this full-blown and full frontal assault, said Peter Conti Brown, a financial historian at the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. This is a disaster for the Fed, a disaster for the squatter, and disaster for the economy. The Fed boards are nominated by the squatter, but they've historically made decisions independent of the White House in order to shield decisions about employment and inflation from political maneuvering. 45 has voiced his anger over the Fed's decision to raise its key short rate term 4 times this year. Now, the thing about 45 is that he hasn't said shit about this economy being shitty as it is. And, of course, he's not going to take blame for it because he's going to blame somebody else. And partly to blame for this is his trade tariffs, because trade tariffs are part of the reasoning why the stocks have been plummeting, because nobody can bring in anything like products and everything. So of course that's going to hurt that's hurting them. So I'm not going to say 100% that his trade tariffs are responsible, but that's going to be a part of it. But he's going to blame, more than likely he's going to blame Hillary, and he's going to blame Obama, because those are the two people he loves to blame the most. And technically, he inherited Obama's economy, so he can't take 100% credit for everything, because most of that credit goes to Obama, and 45 really hasn't accomplished anything since being in office anyway. No matter what his dumbass supporters say, no matter what his dumb inbred redneck supporters say, he hasn't really accomplished anything.